I get a lot of messages and comments saying I fake my appreciation for Malayalam cinema. And I'm like, do I even need to fake it? Hello guys, it's Nona and today we're talking about the latest Malayalam film released on Amazon Prime called Sara's, directed by Jude Anthony Joseph, written by Akshay Harish, starring Anna Ben and Sunny Wayne in the lead. As always, watch the film on Discord with other viewers of the channel, so if you're interested in watching films with us, do join us, link in the description. Before watching this movie, we also saw the first movie by the director Om Shanti Oshana, so I got more idea about the director. We'll talk about that movie in the end of the month live session, and you can actually see a lot of influences from that movie in this one. The major one is that both the films are from the female perspective. Now definitely Om Shanti Oshana was more stylistic, humorous and very quirky, whereas I would count this film in the Malayalam chill area, CC to Jimmy Cage, and they made this film post the lockdown. At the starting we had a really cool message that if you see anyone wearing masks, they were being good citizens. Because the film is set way before the pandemic and maybe there were scenes of people in the background wearing masks, which I didn't find any, but still a cool disclaimer. We don't see that often. The film is very well shot, make me want to visit those locations. Now in the recent live stream, watched the trailer for this movie and I think the trailer does a very big disservice to this film. Now it's good that it doesn't give away the story, but really it's not done well. It doesn't make you excited for the film and it makes you confused as if you are not sure what this film is about, which should be a good thing, but the way it's edited, it makes you confused and not interested in the film. And a lot of people told me this will be just an average film, doesn't look nice, let's see, don't need to watch it and all of that. So my expectations were really low. And when I watched the film, I liked it so much. But just before a bad trailer, bad marketing in that sense, people are not really up for the film, but that needs to change. This film started very similarly with Om Shanti Oshana and I thought maybe they're going into the same treatment, but not at all. By the end of the film, it turned out to be A Great Indian Kitchen, a movie which is a must watch by everyone, especially youngsters. It is so nuanced, it is so layered, and it's a female perspective by a male director. And I'm sure we all have heard the debate about that women should tell women's stories, not men. Now definitely that debate is more nuanced. There are a lot of arguments for and against it. But here we have two movies like Great Indian Kitchen and Sara's, which are great films of female perspective told by male directors. Now because the main character wants to become a director, we explore the filmmaking world also. And the film does take digs at its own industry as well as exploring general problems, mostly regarding what women face in the industry. And not just film industry, any sector in industry for that matter. And the film explores that female viewpoint through different characters. We have some self-aware people, talking about feminism and everything, but not falling up to it. There's literally a dialogue which starts with, "I'm not a sexist," and it's followed by a sexist remark. Now I'll be going into more specifics of the film. That means I'll be delving into the spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, stop this video, go watch it and come back. Also, if you find value in the video, hit the like button so the video reaches to more people. Consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to get notifications. Also, the channel membership is live. You can support the channel and enjoy different perks. Click on the join button to know more. Now let's get one thing out. The film is talking about abortion. Our main character is struggling with it. Should she do it or not do it? Now without even watching any other reviews or people talking about the film on the internet, I know there'll be a lot of opinions on that everywhere and targeting the politics of the film. Now first of all, as men, we have no say in this. We don't get to have any opinion on the matter. We have nothing to do with it. It's a woman's body. She gets to decide. She gets to have an opinion, not we. So in this video, I will not give any moral judgments and explain what is right and what is wrong. That's not my place or not any man's place. Now the film is titled Sara's. That means it is Sara's story, it is Sara's decision. And it's a very interesting and clever title. And everything is her decision, right? It should be simple, but it's not practical. And that's what we explore in the film layer by layer. Even when you are so determined that you don't want kids, but when something happens, doesn't matter how strong you are, you face that family pressure, the peer pressure, the society pressure, and you are just stuck in a dilemma. One really good thing was that the film takes its time to set up all the characters very well. On Sara and Jeevan's character, so they are established and we know them really well. Sara has a dream. She wants to be a director. She wants to make a film by herself. And she's struggling with that process. She's doing the grind. Then there's this marriage thing that the family is forcing. Oh, you're 25, you need to get married. You can always live your dream later. Now she's hunting for someone who is like her, who doesn't want kids, which is a big thing in a relationship. People need to be compatible. They need to be on the same page. And she does find someone like that. And they talk it through that they don't want kids. She talks to him about the dream, her perspective on life, how she wants to live it, the legacy she wants to leave on the world. And they really don't want to get married so early. They'll take their time. They'll enjoy their lives. They'll live their dreams. And both of them are in harmony with each other. They respect each other's decision. And then because of the family pressure, the society we live in, you cannot stay together for so long. You need to get married. How dare you? And they're forced to get married. And then what happens? One day, she gets pregnant. And suddenly, the strong relationship we saw build up till now breaks apart. Everything is out of control and it seems like she has no power on her own decisions. And all of this is showed with so much nuance. It never becomes a Saas Bahu drama. It stays so real and grounded. And Sara counter argues with her mother-in-law that what did you get raising two kids? Today you are alone. They'll not even invite you to stay with them. What did you achieve having kids and not living your dream? And that's a big and impactful question. And it does not have one single answer, not at all. The answer varies. Everyone will have a different opinion on that. But she's told that when you have kids, you'll be happy. You'll later realize that it was worth giving up your dream. And we also explore that with that actress who left doing films because she needed to take care of a kid. And she tells herself the same thing, that being with the kid was more important and she felt more happy than winning a national award. But was she happy? I'm sure most of us has grown up knowing that the family is more important. The kids are more important. But isn't that something built up by the patriarchal society? Because we all know taking care of kids in Indian society is the responsibility of the woman. And we explore that through other characters. This woman has 4 kids because the men cannot stop. Now Jeevan's character in the film is very, very important. Because if you make that character in any way evil or a bad character who mistreats her, the film falls apart. The impact doesn't work. It's very much like Hindi film Thappad. The husband had to be a good husband, not a villain. And that's why that film has such a big impact. Because it's about giving the message that even people who think they are liberal, they are open-minded, they are feminist, somewhere they are also conditioned by the patriarchal society. And that's what the films like this and Thappad target. We see Jeevan being so supportive of her. He's like a perfect man. And then as time changes, the peer pressure comes in, the family pressure comes in, and things fall apart. Because of all the pressure, he wants to make everyone happy and he doesn't care about the happiness of his wife. And it doesn't happen just like this, you know. We spend time and we see it unfold on the screen. It is portrayed so well that how that change comes into him. That by the end, he doesn't realize that he cannot demand her what to do. It's her decision. She decides. And all of this works because of really good writing. The conflicts are so real, so convincing, that the dilemma of taking a decision becomes so difficult. And by the end, I really love the message the film is giving. Having kids is not just a chore. It's like, let's have kids. No, you need to prepare for it. You need to plan for it. It is not a happy accident. And why our youth is uninformed about this? Because the lack of sex education. And we go back to the first scene in the movie, in the classroom, when the teacher is like, oh, let's move on. Let's not talk about that. Personally, man, we were taught nothing in school. In India, we have to figure it out ourselves. And that too if you're curious. And if you're not curious, you don't even know what to do. You're just ignorant of everything. And then that person gets married and the hell breaks loose. Man, I hate those parents who cannot control their kids. And we see a lot of examples in the film itself. And again, you know, it's a very complicated thing, you know. Everyone's opinions are different on this issue and it stems from their life. So everyone will have a different opinion and that's okay. Everyone doesn't need to have same opinion about it. And that's why it's a very important film because it will start a discussion about this topic. People will talk about it. People will agree or disagree about it. And that will lead to awareness. And yet again, it's Malayalam cinema leading from the front. Now I think what the makers have tried to do in the film is that with the first scene, it feels like very similar to Om Shanti Oshana. So the audience feels familiar to what's happening on screen. And then from there, it becomes a totally different film. And again at the end, there's a quick joke which connects this film to the first one. Now I definitely feel this makes the film inconsistent in a way. It feels like the film starts as something else and then it becomes something else. The film is just around 2 hours but it feels really long. But again, it's a Malayalam chill. It takes its time to set up everything and it needed to do that. But the thing was the major conflict of the film, it was very predictable. You see it coming just in the first 10 minutes. But the conflict takes so long to come that it feels like the film is dragging. Also, there were some moments in the film where I felt the conflict is really weak for the characters to be forced to take a decision. The major one was that when Jeevan's mother is forcing them to get married quickly and that didn't work for me. Come on, you know, Jeevan has to take care of that. You don't need to feel that pressure. From your parents, at least you have 6 months. Definitely, I get the idea that you need to have a tension in you so that they get married and you get the plot going forward. But the way it was dealt and executed, I was not a fan of it. Also, later in the film, the way the tension and conflict is increased is through miscommunication. And I find that as cheap thrill. Let's have miscommunication between characters living in the same house. And definitely, that happens in real life. That's a very real thing. I totally agree. But I find it's very easy to do that. Something personally that I would have liked, instead of miscommunication, would have been fight between different ideologies, and that would have been more interesting and the conflict would have felt more real to me. But still the film delivers, so it's alright. Now you can definitely sense this was shot after the lockdown because there's a lot of emptiness in most of the frames. You don't really see big crowd scenes. Even if characters are outside, it's just them, that's it. There's no one around them. This shouldn't matter, but definitely something your eye catches. Coming to the acting, Anna Ban is just killing it. This is the 4th movie of hers and just outstanding. Sunny Wayne really impressed me. I first saw him in NPCB. Was not a big fan of his performance there, but in this film he did really good. A really important film, well made, and a must watch for everyone. The YouTube channel membership is live. You can check out different tiers and their perks. To know more, click on the join button. For latest updates, check out the community tab. So guys, that is the video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, let me in the comments your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, check out the videos if you like them too. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Stay home, stay safe.